9 o'clock on the East Coast, 6 o'clock over here on the West Coast of North America. It's August 15, 2016, and welcome everybody to a very special Monday night call here at Laguna Blends. David Green speaking to you from my home here in South Orange County, Southern California. Hope everybody had a fun weekend. Hope your week's off to a great start. Hey, you're going to want to take notes tonight because we've got a very special call. In lieu of our weekly business overview call, we've got a special call with Ray Grimm tonight, our president, and Sherry Berry, the formulator of the most anticipated topical line of 2016, CannaCeuticals, and it's rolling out in the very near future. So you know what? There's no housekeeping tonight. Let's get this call started. Let's head on down to North San Diego County, about an hour down the 5 freeway, and my good friend, business partner, and president of Laguna Blends, a true titan in the network marketing profession. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Ray Grimm.
Well, thank you, David, and thank you, everyone, for being on this special call this evening. I'm privileged to assist David in hosting the call tonight. We'll be working with Sherry Berry here to get everybody a lot more familiar with this wonderful CannaCeutical product line that we're about to bring into our product line here at Laguna Blends. For those of you who are brand new to Laguna Blends, who are listening in for the first time, let me give you just a quick overview of what I saw about 7 short months ago when I got involved in Laguna Blends, based on an introduction from David Green, our host tonight, to Mr. Stuart Green, Stuart Gray, our charismatic and visionary CEO of Laguna Blends, and I had the privilege of talking to him early on, getting to know each other, and said, when I heard the vision where this company is going, I said, I want to really be a part of this. So after working together for about 4 to 5 months, he appointed me president of the company, and we are off to a great start here. And what I saw early on was a company that is going to become the world leader in distribution of hemp and CBD-based products, starting with Canada and the U.S. We're currently approved to distribute our products in the U.S. and Canada. We came out with 2 products initially in what I call our ingestible line of products, including a hemp-based protein coffee with 2 grams of protein per serving. We're currently working on 2 other different flavors of coffee products that will include hemp. We have a hemp protein-based shake. We call it the Pro 369, containing the omega-3, 6, and 9s, and ginseng. And we looked at first of all, when I looked at this, I looked at the size of the industry for just these 2 products alone, which the company has started with, and the coffee industry is a $13 billion annual industry. Obviously, the shake and smoothie industry is in the $3.4 trillion wellness industry, and that's a huge category. And I saw something very, very unique and different. And I think if people get involved in consuming products as customers, they are looking for something different, powerhouses in nutrition, whatever it may be, as well as people who are joining us from a business point of view say, wow, this company has something different. Tonight, we are introducing our CannaCeuticals topical product line, which we were very, very fortunate to get involved with Sherry Berry and her team early on, and watched them in the development of this particular product and said, what can we do to distribute this product? We are very excited about the potential of this putting together this partnership, so to speak. And just recently, we completed our distribution agreement and licensing agreement with Sherry and her company. There's a huge future ahead in this company. There's big potential. People who are looking for something unique and different are going to see it here with Laguna Blends. But we're not going to get into all the reasons for that tonight. I want to get right over to our special guest this evening and introduce Sherry to you. She is the President, Executive Director in Formulation for Visage Pro USA. This is a contract custom formulator of skincare products. Sherry has been in the health and wellness industry for over 30 years, has served at the executive level, and been involved with international product research, development, and distribution of industrial hemp and CBD for the last 7 years. She's also a board member at ISO International LLC, a leader in the promotion of industrial hemp. And so in her career, Sherry has worked with leading chemists to release over 100 targeted formulas. A pivotal point in her successful career was the creation of a CBD-based cosmeceutical skincare line that included a proprietary encapsulated and time-release CBD technology. It's the first to be clinically tried for anti-aging benefits, showing significant results in less than 14 days. Sherry is also a national public speaker for Isodiol, an award-winning company based in Switzerland. In collaboration with partners around the world, Isodiol supplies cannabidiol extracted from the aerial parts of the industrial hemp stalk for formulations in the nutraceutical, cosmetic, and pharmaceutical markets. Isodiol and its team of collaborators own exclusive technological and product capacity rights for CBD that cannot be found anywhere else in the world. Isodiol's technology includes a proprietary method of nanoencapsulation of CBD for use in water and water-soluble products for optimum absorption and benefits. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Sherry Berry, who's our special guest this evening. Sherry, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Ray, for that introduction. It's a real honor and privilege to be on this phone call today. Thank you for all who are listening in attendance here.
Well, Sherry, it's an honor to have you on the call with us. As you know, we're going to be introducing this product for distribution between September 1st and 15th. In the next 3 to 4 weeks, so to speak, and possibly sooner. But I'll tell you, we got very, very excited to be able to spend some time with you and your team of formulators and have the privilege of marketing this wonderful product that you and your team developed. I've got a series of questions I'd like to maybe ask you tonight to help the people get more familiar with you. And tell us, if you could, why or how you got involved in Isodiol and why CBD-based products.
Okay, so as you know, necessity is the mother of invention. And I've been in the healthcare industry for a long time, skincare formulation for a long time. And in 2009, I had to take care of my elderly mother, and I shouldn't say had to. It was a privilege to take care of her. But she had a condition wherein her brain was falling down into her brain stem. She was already deaf and blind, and it was very hard to communicate with her. But this condition called Chiari caused excruciating pains randomly all over the body, and they would change from one place to another. And I just wanted desperately to be able to relieve her of this discomfort, and just everything that I tried, and I knew a lot of things to try, and just nothing would help. Of course, I really wanted her to smoke weed because I knew that it would relax her and take the pain away, but there's no way that she was going to be able to do that. So I started researching the hemp plant, the marijuana plant at first, to try and figure out what is it in this plant that really does the trick to ease the pain and the inflammation. And at the same time, my son Jared was doing research at the same time, and he stumbled upon a government patent that showed that the National Institute of Health had already done a bunch of clinical trials on this one cannabinoid found in the industrial hemp plant that was non-psychoactive and non-toxic, and relieved pain and inflammation along with a plethora of other wonderful things. And at first I got really angry and thought, well, how come we don't know about this? You know, the government filing a patent on this compound, this natural compound that does such wonderful things. But I went straight to work to try and put it in a cream, because that's what I do. I put things in cream. And I thought if I could get enough plant and I could find the extraction equipment, which I did. I bought a couple of supercritical extraction machines, put them in my garage. I hired an ex-chemist from Pfizer, and we just went to town trying to figure out how to get this molecule out of the plant and get it into a size that the skin would absorb. And so I turned my kitchen into a lab, because I didn't want to do this at work at the time. It was just in the beginning stages, and I created my first cream with with cannabidiol in it, and I massaged it into my mom, and in about an hour, little over an hour, her cramped up toes started to unwind, her cramped up fingers started to relax, her shoulders went down, and she said, "Sherry, can you leave that cream here? Because it's giving me so much relief." And I knew that we found something. So from that day forward, we just never turned back. It was our mission to find a way to extract this wonderful cannabinoid in the hemp plant and get it into people to relieve their discomfort. Now, I want to explain a little bit about cannabinoids. A lot of you probably know, maybe some of you don't, but cannabidiol is one of the over 80 cannabinoids in the industrial hemp plant. In the industrial hemp plant, you don't smoke it. It virtually has no THC in it, so you can't get high. But it has all these wonderful phytocannabinoids in it. Cannabidiol, which we call CBD, the acronym for cannabidiol, is one of those cannabinoids. It's non-toxic and it's non-psychoactive. And that's the one that's been clinically researched the most to show that it can relieve pain and inflammation along with other wonderful things, including it seems to be the most superior antioxidant on the planet. So I made this cream for my mom, and I got to thinking about it, and if this compound is great for inflammation and great for, it's a great antioxidant, and those are the two most common things that cause premature aging, then my question was, I wonder what anti-aging effects it would have. And could we develop an anti-aging line if it came back that it actually showed anti-aging effects? So that was the sparkle in my eye.
Well, Sherry, that's a great story and a great beginning, and I think people are always interested in what drives someone to develop a product line, whether it's this or anything else, and it really came from a need to help one of your family members here, and I'll tell you, we're very, very proud of you for taking that position and moving forward and finding something to help soothe the issue. Talk to us a little bit about the state-of-the-art technology, the CO2 extraction process, and quality assurance procedures as it relates to the CannaCeuticals lines of products.
Yeah, so let me talk about all of that in relation to the CBD first, because that's what makes our CBD very special. We started this journey in 2009. We were kind of into CBD before CBD was in. And it was our mission to get CBD in a very pure form. We wanted it in a pharmaceutical grade form. And because our standards have always been so high when we've done, when I've been in healthcare before and in our skincare business, we wanted to keep those standards across the board. So it was our mission and our goal to find a way to get the CBD extract in a pharmaceutical grade over 99+% pure. We wanted it to be organic. We wanted the facility to be GMP certified. We wanted the ISO certification. We wanted all of these things. We wanted the extraction process to be clean. And so it took us a number of years and a lot of investment to be able to do that. And so today we have what we set out to do, what our vision quest was. We have a GMP certified lab. It's ISO certified. We have organic certification. It's kosher certified. So, and it comes from the stock of the industrial hemp plant, so it's exempted from all scheduling as a drug. In fact, next year in February of 2017, we're actually going to receive our pharmaceutical grade certificate. Our standard is like no other in the industry when it comes to our CBD and the process in which we extract it. It's approved in Brazil, Germany, Switzerland, the UK. It's prescribed by doctors in those countries. It's approved to be compounded by pharmacies in those countries. So this is something very special that we've been working 7 years on. So that's the CBD that's in our skincare. Now, the skincare itself when we manufacture the skincare also is done in a GMP certified facility. It's FDA approved. In fact, we have our OTC license so that we can do OTC products. So the same thing as with the extraction facility where we get our active ingredient from, all the way down to where we actually formulate and fill the product.
Well, that's a great background, and everybody wants to know that they're getting the highest quality ingredients, the highest quality product, the highest quality formulations, and knowing that you produce and formulate and manufacture according to pharmaceutical standards is real key here, and I think that certainly gives us a unique selling advantage over any other companies that may be coming up with similar products or trying to come up with similar products in the future. As you know, if you're the first one out and you do it right, there will be companies trying to copy what you do, but they will never catch you based on some of the things that when you talk about 7 years in the making, and with the marketing efforts that we're going to do here at Laguna Blend, we look forward to being in that first position and staying there for a long time into the future. What are the different certifications regarding the CannaCeuticals product line itself? And or maybe you could share a little bit with us as it relates to the clinical that you did on one of the products in the CannaCeuticals line.
Yeah, sure. So when I thought about creating an anti-aging skincare line, because CBD had been already clinically tried in this government patent to be an excellent anti-inflammatory and an excellent antioxidant, which, like I mentioned before, are the two greatest causes of premature aging, I thought, well, I'm not going to come out with this line yet until I can prove that it actually has anti-aging effects on the skin. So I made a serum, a very simple serum with CBD in it. Now, before I put the CBD in it, there's one thing that took a lot of time to do, and that is that I wanted to make the particle cluster, the molecular structure, so that the skin would absorb it, because the particle cluster was just a little bit too large to be absorbed by the skin. So we had to bring that particle cluster down. And then what I wanted to do was encapsulate it in a liposome membrane so that the skin would accept it as its own. And as I was looking into that, I kind of stumbled upon a method in which you can not only encapsulate this downsized particle CBD, but you can also create multi-layers that would burst in a timed release fashion on your skin, so that you wouldn't just apply CBD once in the morning and once at night, but you would apply it and you would get little bursts of it all day long. So that's what we did first. And then once we perfected that, then we put that into a simple serum, and we decided to do a clinical trial on it that would really challenge it. So most skincare clinical trials last for at least 28 days, because it takes 28 days for you to have cell turnover on your skin. So you really can't see a whole lot of results until about 28 days. In fact, most clinical trials on skincare are done 56 days. But I called the third-party lab and I said, I want a 14-day study, because I want significant and fantastic and sensational results, because that's what I'm expecting from this compound from what I've read about it. And not only that, I want you to check on it in 7 days. So I want a 7-day interval and then a 14-day trial. And I want to see the anti-aging effects. I want to see the texture of the skin to see if that's changed. And, of course, I want fine lines and wrinkles to be improved. So the lab thought I was nuts and that I was wasting my money and that I should at least do a 28-day trial. But I said, no, this is what I want. So we did it. And sure enough, in 14 days, it came back that within the 7 to 14 days, we got a 14% improvement in skin texture and a 7% reduction in fine lines and wrinkles. And that is sensational for 1 to 2 weeks. So we rejoiced, we celebrated, and we thought, okay, this is our foundation. Now that we know that it works, now we can create the entire line. And so then we started creating the formulas for the 6-piece line that you have now.
Well, that's fantastic. And, the clinicals were so important when we first started looking at this, because when you can have a result in 7 to 14 days, like you're talking about with skin, that's pretty amazing. And we're not talking about temporary benefits. There's a number of products out there that create a temporary solution to a problem that you can apply with the significant instant gratification, but you're back to the same place, the following day. And we're looking at long-term products with a purpose, products that stand the test of time. And I certainly am impressed by hearing this from you, as I did in the first meeting with you a number of months ago. And, I think you talked a little bit about the spheres and the nanotechnology and the time release. Can you embellish that a little bit?
So the spheres, we call it spheres. Now, in the pharmaceutical industry, they've used timed release liposomes before. They've put lidocaine anesthetic into timed release liposomes. They also put very strong acne fighting ingredients into timed release liposomes. The reason they do that is because, well, let's take the case of acne. If you were to just put strong ingredients on your face to try and combat acne once a day, it would burn your face. It would dry it out. So they've been able to use this technology for other ingredients, other pharmaceutical grade ingredients. So we knew the technology was out there, but nobody had done it with CBD. And CBD is a little tricky to work with because it's an anhydrous or oil-based extract. So it's a little tricky to be able to get it into that timed release liposome, but we were able to do that. But it's not like the technology was new. The technology was out there. Nobody had done it on CBD, though. We were the first to do it on CBD. And it is very important because you do want to have that all day long, those little bursts all day long of that short-term anti-aging effects. I do want to make mention, though, that in our formulas, because we want short-term and we want long-term significant effects, and we want other anti-aging effects as well, like anti-sagging and hydration, which is always a problem as you age as well. You get very dry skin. So we also added other active ingredients that are very powerful, used at clinical levels, that have clinical trials on them themselves, like peptides. We have a number of different peptides in these formulas. We have plant stem cells that have clinical trials on them. So, you're not just talking about a one punch with the CBD here, which has been proven to work in 7 to 14 days, but you also have 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 6 punches in a cream. So, these are very high-grade cosmeceutical grade levels of formulas. And I want to make mention, too, that we have a standard in our company. When we add an active ingredient, and it's had a clinical trial on it, and that clinical trial used, let's say as an example, 2% of that ingredient to get that effect in the clinical trial, then we use that 2% in our formula. A lot of manufacturers and formulators, they'll dummy it down just to be able to use the marketing hype. But we actually put the percentage that was in the clinical trial in the formula. So that's why these products are having such rave reviews, is because it's not just the CBD punch. It's more like 1/6 punch.
Well, I'll tell you, Sherry, it's real interesting when you said acne, or you mentioned the word acne. I have a number of people sending me testimonials on a daily basis now, and here's one I just got 2 days ago, or over the weekend. I'm a 45-year-old female. My skin has pigmentations and some adult acne. After the first week on the CannaCeuticals, I've noticed real results, and many people are commenting on how great my skin looks. This hasn't happened in years. Your products are the best I've ever used, as my skin feels and looks younger. It's now firmed and glowing. Here's one from a 35-year-old female, and she says, I've been using the CannaCeutical products that you sent for 3 weeks now, and my skin feels fresher. It looks more vibrant than it has ever been in the past. It is a remarkable difference, and I've been using high-end skincare products for the last 10 years. The CannaCeuticals are by far the best. So these are the kinds of testimonials we're getting on a daily basis now, and really so proud to represent a product like this where the product almost sells itself. When people are complimenting you on the way your skin glows, the texture, fine lines and wrinkle reduction, etc., that's really special, and it's really important for most people out there. Are there any other skincare products in the industry out there that you're aware of that use the type of technology you use, that are CBD based, that would be perceived as possible competition to us right now?
I haven't seen any out there, and we usually get wind of stuff early on, and we haven't heard of any product at all that even comes close to what we've done with the CBD spheres and the technology that we've used to create these formulas. No, they're really one of a kind.
Well, that's fantastic for our business opportunists out there and people who are going to start marketing the products. There's a real first mover advantage here, and we're very, very proud, because I also know that having developed a number of products in the nutraceutical line in the past, if you're first one to market, you grab market share early on, it's a challenge for people to catch up with you. You mentioned early on the CBD used in the Canna line is organic and non-toxic. I think it's herbicide and pesticide free. Is that correct?
Yes, that's all correct.
Okay, great, because that's important to those who are interested in putting the best on topically as well as ingesting the best out there. So you've talked to us a little bit about the benefits people can expect to receive in the first 7 to 14 days of the product line. Any closing comments? We'd love to continue talking with you for the evening. We try and keep these interviews to close around 30 minutes if at all possible, and we'd love to have you come on the line again in the future. But any closing comments as we move on from this call to our next call on Wednesday evening?
Not really. I'm just really proud to have you take on this line. I think that a lot of people are going to benefit probably more than they know because of how the CBD is absorbed in their skin. You know, I can't make any claims about that, but you're going to be surprised at how effective that this is going to be, even more on an anti-aging level. And as people use these products, you're going to start getting testimonials that will reveal some of that are going to blow you away. You know, I've been in the skincare industry for a long time, and so the people that are in my circle have been in the skincare industry for a long time. My product developer, she helped Skin Medica, who's now owned by Allergan, with their very first TNS formulas. Our sales rep has helped Topics get their line up and running, and so these are women that in my circle who take care of their skin very, very well. And so when those kinds of women who've been in the industry for a long time put products on their skin and say, "Whoa, this is different," you know you got a winner. And so we're really excited that you're going to take this product to distribution, and I just can't wait to see what you do with it. And thank you so much for your appreciation of it.
Well, thank you, Sherry, for your trust in us and Laguna Blends, and we promise you that we will make this CannaCeutical product line a household word in the future throughout the USA, Canada, and other countries throughout the world. We have a global vision here at Laguna Blends. Clearly, we're starting out in the U.S. and Canada. We want to create a powerful story here before we move across the shores into Asia and other countries. But we are growing a company where people are going to be proud to be a part of the culture and be part of the core ideologies and core values that stand the test of time. The industry is looking for something different. If you're looking for something different to get involved in the company, you're going to see something very unique and special here with Laguna Blends. This is a company that sets some big goals. We have a powerful drive for progress. We're committed to a cause, and you're going to be part of a cultural movement that you're going to be very, very proud to represent. You know, we live in a changing world today. The digital disruption is happening around us all the time. Laguna Blends is going to be that unique and different company among the direct selling industry, because many of the companies out there have done things the same way for years and years and years, all coming up with products they say are special and or services, but they're doing business the same way. When you think about the world's largest taxi company owning no taxis, and that's Uber, you think about the largest accommodation provider that owns no real estate, and that's Airbnb. You think about the world's largest phone companies that own no telco structure, and that's Skype and WeChat. The world's most valuable retailer today owns no inventory, and that's Alibaba. Our most popular media owner creates no content, and that's Facebook. The world's largest movie house owns no cinemas, and that's Netflix. You see, we're living in a changing world. All these companies are less than 5 to 7 years old. And where we are at Laguna Blends, we're the first network marketing company to use an exciting, immersive, cloud-based virtual 3D technology that you can be introduced to right now in the beta version, but we're coming out with our first version 1.0 as of September 15th, 2016. You're going to be excited about this because it's going to enable our affiliates to train, recruit, and drive sales by utilizing a simple interactive platform, and this technology replaces the need for the hotel meetings we're used to doing, the travel, doing things in a far more efficient marketing system. We are the first virtual 3D technology, and we're a game changer in the direct selling and network marketing industry. So you are here. The timing is right. Take a serious look at Laguna Blends as we move forward to finish out 2016 strong. You are a pioneer with us. If you decide to join us today, we're not going to officially launch our company until the first quarter or so of 2017. So now's the time to get involved. You've heard from someone who has just developed the most fabulous topical skincare line that's ever been created. And Laguna Blends is going to be distributing that product around the globe in the future. We thank you for being with us tonight. We look forward to your participation. Please join us on Wednesday evening on our call at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, same number, and we're going to have a very, very special guest that evening. I'll just call him Mr. X tonight, but you're going to know who he is when he gets on the line, someone who's recently made a commitment to join Laguna Blends. And I'll tell you, this will be a very special call and one you don't want to miss. I want to thank David Green for hosting tonight's call. I want to thank Sherry Berry for providing us with the real insight as to the world's most favorite and best topical skincare product out there. We look forward to your participation in Laguna Blends. Good evening, everyone.